In FM e web. Radio Stella Città.
Small Talk with Sophie Bennett
and Sean Bell. Good afternoon and welcome to Small Talk.
We're laughing at ourselves.
Yeah,
Small Talk.
Small Talk.
Yeah.
With Sophie Bennett.
And Sean Bell. Absolutely super. Well, here we are again.
The last weekend of October.
It's Friday again.
It's Friday again.
Unbelievable how they come around so fast.
I know, especially, it's Thursday and then it's Friday. Strange.
Yeah, every week.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Exactly. What can you do?
Just carry on. Look ahead.
We've got a special... We are looking ahead. We're looking ahead to next Thursday, which is Halloween.
That's right, yeah, because we won't be here next Friday, so we're preparing in advance.
Yes, so we're going to talk about preparing a Halloween movie marathon. So we want you to get onto Facebook now and send us messages. What is your favourite scary movie?
Okay, I'm going to translate that.
Yeah.
Here we go. Qual è il vostro movie preferito scary, spaventoso? Che traduzione orribile. Riniziamo.
That was a scary translation. That was frightening, that translation.
Horror film di paura.
Ecco, thank you very much. There we go. She came out of her box. Yeah, so do let us know. You can contact us on the Facebook page of Radio Stella, and we'll be waiting for you. So let us know which is your scariest movie.
And we'll be giving you some suggestions of our own, plus playing some scarily good music from David Sylvian with Japan and Saint Etienne and David Byrne and Brian Eno and Golf Rap Again and Marianne Faithfull, and we've got them all here today.
Stop. Before I forget...
What are you doing tonight?
What are we doing tonight? Not celebrating Halloween, but tonight, for anybody who wants to practice their English, we're having a champagne tasting.
Ooh!
That's unusual, isn't it? Champagne tasting. Degustazione di champagne. Champagne.
In English, eh?
Le champagne. In English. Not English champagne, of course.
So you can practice phrases like,
Meno male.
oh, I like that one. I like the bubbles in that one.
That's right, yeah. We'll do some very in-depth discussion, particularly because I'm responsible for it. And that's at the Osteria del Mare at 8:30.
And where is that?
Osteria del Mare is next to Mastortita. It's on the seafront at the Pirgo.
And what time?
About 8:30.
And how much?
€25, which includes...
But what does that include?
That includes champagne. That includes also dinner.
Really?
Yeah. So
€25 for champagne, dinner and English conversation with a radio personality.
What more can you ask for?
Exactly.
Lots of things, actually.
That's a steal.
Sean's laughing. I guess he's got this big smile.
I've got this big smile because I'm thinking, wow, what a marvellous opportunity which you people out there should take advantage of tonight at 8 o'clock.
At 8:30.
8:30.
That's the third time I've told you. You're not listening, are you?
For the people out there.
8:30.
You've got to tell people more than once.
That's
right. On the radio, because if you just, mention the name of something or the time once, people won't remember it. You've got to do it 2 or 3 times. That's why I'm prompting you.
So what time is that then tonight?
It's at 8:30.
Okay, and where is that?
It's on the waterfront.
On the well, not on the beach. It's not on the beach.
Good, bravo,
Sean. Very good. Sei promosso. Bravo, very good.
So tell us the name of the osteria again.
Oh dear, honestly.
Do I have to tutor you on how to be a radio presenter?
Osteria del Mare.
8:30, €25, champagne, dinner and English conversation with our very own Sophie Bennett, radio personality.
Okay, see you there. He's making fun of it. Anyway, back to Halloween. Woo.
So what do you do for Halloween? Do you acknowledge it? Do you celebrate it? Do you get into the spirit of it?
I do get into spirit of it, obviously, because I do have the school, so we have to get into spirit of it for the kids, because the kids do love it. I mean, it is a children's celebration, really. Trick or treat. I used to go trick or treating.
Really?
When I lived in England.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. It was a great opportunity to disturb people and try and get something free from them. provare a disturbare la gente, i vicini di casa, avere qualcosa gratis a loro, no? Caramelli, biscotti.
Now the government just does that,
That's
disturbs
right.
people and tries to get stuff for free from them.
That's right. No. I don't know. It was very enjoyable.
Yeah.
We used to love it when we were little. Anyway, remember when I first came to Italy, there wasn't Halloween. People didn't celebrate Halloween.
No.
And of course at recente, maybe 10 years, intorno a 10 anni, 10 years that people have been celebrating Halloween in Italy.
Yeah.
I've noticed. I remember the first couple of years I was in Italy, 2001, 2002. There was hardly anyone sort of trick. I remember the school I worked at in Rome, and a teacher came in and she said, "Oh, I saw two little children going around trick or treating. There was a little girl all in white and dressed as a ghost, and there was another little girl all in black, dressed as a witch." And I thought, oh, how sweet. And then she got closer and she realized that they were nuns. No, a true story.
Really?
A true story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm not going to translate that one.
No.
We'll let that one go.
Yeah, be careful about that.
Yeah. So, trick-or-treating. So, what is the history of Halloween? Do you know?
All Hallows Eve.
All Hallows Eve was originally a pagan holiday.
Yeah.
The Celts, the Druids. And the name of it was Samhain. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Samhain. And the festival was originally to celebrate the end of the summer.
Right.
So this could be about the right time, actually.
Yeah, it's still pretty hot out there.
Yeah, l'origine di questa festa Halloween era proprio una festa celtica from the Druids, era per festeggiare la fine dell'estate. Allora, ci siamo proprio. We're just about there. It's about time this summer finished, isn't it?
Exactly. Clocks go back on Sunday morning.
So changes are coming.
Yeah, we get another extra hour's sleep.
Ok, so l'orologio, come si dice questo?
1 hour more, I can sleep.
Well, how do you say the clocks are going back?
Mandare indietro l'ora.
Oh, okay, there we go.
O sea, ora legale, ora solare.
Okay, on Sunday.
Yeah?
Okay, you heard it first here, okay?
Yeah.
La domenica.
Exactly. To get an extra hour in bed.
Yeah, but it will get darker then, won't it?
It's darker sooner.
Yeah. Allora arriverà queste giornate più corte. Winter's coming. So, have we got time for a song now?
I think we've got time for a song. Lovely song from the 1980s. It's a...
It's okay,
it's okay. It's okay. The song. Okay, we're all queued up. It's called, appropriately enough, Ghosts.
Ghost, ghost, leave from my heart, leave from my heart and find your way, your way. Chase the river, chase the sunlight. Do not stay. Open yawns the sky before you. Dance toward a light so gay. Do not waste a thought behind you. Don't pity this useless clay. Snake, snake, shed your skin, shed your skin and go away, away. your day.
Pubblicità. Radio Stella Città. Rimanete con noi. Stay with us.
Restez avec nous.
Radio Stella Città.
Centro Stampa Romano, le migliori tecnologie di stampa per quotidiani e periodici, in rotativa, colori e bianco e nero, per qualsiasi tiratura, per tutti i progetti grafici, passo dopo passo, ideazione e realizzazione di qualsiasi tipo di prodotto editoriale. Centro Stampa Romano, siamo a Roma in via Alfana 39, perché l'editoria da noi è di casa.
Se stai cercando l'armonia e il benessere, ora lo puoi trovare a Civitavecchia, in via Apollodoro 100.
Erboristeria Armonia, della dottoressa Fabiola Pietroni.
Erboristeria Armonia, in via Apollodoro 100. Per info 366 10 70 836.
Regalati un mondo di benessere.
La radio che c'è in diretta, Radio Stella Città, in FM e web.
Welcome back to Small Talk. Before the break, that was Anthony and the Johnsons from the album Swan Lights from 2010 and the song Ghost. We've got so many songs called Ghost or about ghosts today, it gets a bit confusing here.
Oh, we'll just call them all the same then.
Yeah, that's another ghosty track.
Yeah, you've just missed Andrea actually. Andrea was just saying which was his, we're going to quote him, which was his favourite horror movie.
Favourite horror movie? Japanese classic, The Ring.
The Ring. Well, as Sylvia and I were saying, we as a principle don't watch horror films because we get scared.
Well, that's the whole idea of watching a horror film, is to get scared.
Yeah, I don't mind being scared temporarily. The problem is then I go home.
Yeah,
And then I think it's real and I imagine it and then I get really scared at home too.
Well, we're going to ask you out there what your favourite scary movie is. We've already had some responses. Peter in England says Black Christmas, a film from 1974. I have to say, some of the best horror and scary films are made in the 70s.
Yeah, that's true. That's about the time when I stopped watching them, I think.
Yeah. So check that one out. Peter has put the trailer on Facebook. Check that out, Black Christmas 1974. So we're adding that to our list. We've got The Ring and we've got Black Christmas so far.
Okay, that's on the list. I remember actually seeing The Time Machine when I was very, very little.
Oh, right.
Based
From
on the
H.G. Wells
story.
Yeah.
And
But it's not scary.
Well, it was for me when I was I was very little. I was 8 years old. It was, and I spent the rest of my childhood jumping onto my bed because I was convinced that the warlocks were underneath my bed, going to grab my legs as I got in.
Well, that's an old horror staple. Remember the film Poltergeist?
Yeah.
And there's that horrible clown doll.
Oh dear, terrible.
That's like comes out from under the bed.
Very sinister.
Yeah, that's a real, I think, childhood fear.
Absolutely.
I think
until IKEA came along, and then they built these beds which actually the monsters can't hide underneath them unless they're in with the suitcases, and then they can't get out anyway.
I don't know, and then you hear the scratching sound.
That's right, the IKEA
Where's the scratching
anti-monster bed.
And then you go to to where the scratching's coming from.
No,
and you open the case.
Don't go there. The most dangerous places in the house, and always American houses, the basement.
The basement.
Never go down into the basement.
Or the attic.
Exactly. Yeah.
Only bad things happen there.
Yeah, in the attic of the basement. Never go down to the basement. Why do they do it? Why? Anyway.
We're going, this is Radio Stella Città. You're listening to Small Talk, and we are putting together a list of scary movies.
It's
okay, we've got another response. What was that? I can't read it from here. PG. What does he say?
La Casa Due.
The House.
The House.
The House.
Yeah.
So the sequel, The House 2.
The House 2, yeah.
Okay. So, we've got The Ring, we've got Black Christmas, and we've got The House 2.
I bet the house has got a basement and an attic in it.
I bet it has both.
I bet it's all basement and all attic and hasn't got any bits in between.
Exactly. The cool thing about Poltergeist, which was 1982 Poltergeist, produced by Steven Spielberg, was it was like this modern house, this very sort of, usually the ghost story or horror films are in these old, creaky wooden houses. And the great thing about Poltergeist was it was in this like modern sort of condo type thing in a suburb in California, unfortunately built on an ancient Indian burial ground.
Yeah, this house is clean.
Go to the light, Marianne. Run to the light.
No. Switch it off.
Another answer.
Another response?
Insidious. I never seen because I can't see.
Insidious. Well, actually, you can catch Insidious. The first Insidious is currently on Sky at the moment. It came out in 2010. And now Insidious 2, the sequel, is out in cinemas at the moment.
Ma tutti li conosce. You know everyone.
You're a horror expert.
I do like a good horror film.
Do you like?
I do like a horror film well done.
Ci siamo accorti.
Yeah.
So we're going to find you under the bed.
Oh.
Con me Sofia di male.
Have we got time for a song?
Yes,
We've got time for another song.
course.
Let's try this time with Japan.
No.
Oh, I've lost
ghost.
control. Oh my God! Yes, this is scary. This song. This is the Jezebel spirit.
Ghost.
No.
No.
What are we doing? You keep changing it. What are you playing next?
No.
Sylvia, you tell me. What are we playing?
No, I don't know because I was looking your email. Which is the song?
What do you want? Do you want some Japan or do
Listen
you
to
want?
Ghost by Japan.
Okay, this is Ghosts by Japan from the album Tin Drum from 1981.
Yeah.
When the room is quiet, the daylight almost gone, it seems there's something I should know. Well, I ought to leave, but the rain it never stops, and I've no particular place to go. Just when I think I'm winning, when I've broken every door, the ghosts of my life are wilder than before. Just when I thought I could not be stopped, when my chance came to be king, the ghosts of my life blew wilder than the wind. Well, I'm feeling nervous. Now I find myself alone. The simple life's no longer there. Once I was so sure. Now the doubt inside my mind comes and goes, but leads nowhere. Just when I think I'm winning, when I've broken every door, the ghosts of my life blow wilder than before. Just when I thought I could not be stopped, when my chance came to be king, the ghosts of my life blew wilder than the wind. Just when I think I'm winning, when I've broken every door, the ghosts of my life blow wilder than before. Just when I thought I could not be stopped.
The ghostly sounds of David Sylvian with his original band, Japan, from 1981,
Yes,
from the
right.
album Tin Drum and Ghosts.
Yeah, they got their inspiration from Japan, didn't they? I remember that, we talked about these when the Japanese delegation came over. Hence the name, obviously.
Yeah.
Anyway, beautiful song.
Lovely bit of atmospheric music there for Halloween coming up on Thursday.
Yeah.
So we're putting together our Halloween scary movie marathon. Okay, get in the beers, get in the pizza, get some DVDs. 31st of October, sit up through the night, scaring yourself silly. And we've got on the list, we've got The Ring, we've got Black Christmas, we've got The House 2, and we've got Insidious.
And La Cosa.
The Thing.
The Thing.
Now, what version of The Thing?
I have to ask, sorry.
Because there was one in the 1950s, there was one in the 1970s, and there was one a couple of years ago.
What about the old black and whites? Do they still count?
Of course, they.
Yeah.
Cat People is a really scary film.
Yeah. Which was from?
That's 40s.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so they still count.
That's
The
still
good
of that sort
golden
of
oldies.
film noir sort of quality.
Yeah,
Beautiful
yeah.
black and white photography. Really, really creepy. They remade it in the 1980s with lots of sex and violence, and it wasn't nearly as scary as the original.
Yeah.
Anche La Casa esiste?
The House.
The
yeah.
House.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
house.
there's The House and there's The House 2.
I know the first one. Maybe the
Well, I
first
suppose
one.
you've got to see the first before you see the second.
Yeah. Ok, dai, io aggiorno, piano piano scrivono
Yeah, you
e
keep telling
dicono i
us.
loro...
What about Amityville? Was it Amityville?
The Amityville Horror. That came out in 1979. It was, of course, based on a true story.
Even scarier, even more
Even
reason for
scarier.
me not to watch these
Yeah,
films.
yeah.
If they tell me if it's true.
I remember reading the book, at 12 years of age, absolutely petrified.
Yeah, I think
because
you know-
it's true, and all this happened.
Yeah, I think
It
actually
really happened.
Teenagers seem to get a real
Yeah.
kick out of horror films, doesn't it? I think you
Yeah.
go through a stage as a teenager of watching loads of horror films, and it kind of wears off after, and then you start getting really scared, like me and Sylvia.
So your scariest film, Sophie, from when you...
Oh, scariest one, definitely The Exorcist.
The Exorcist, yes.
Yeah, it's stuck in my mind, and I think that maybe was my last horror film, actually.
For me, every film terrible. Okay, an Italian film,
Yeah.
Profondo Rosso, Dario Argento.
Oh, we cannot have the show without mentioning Dario Argento. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely brilliant.
Of
Absolutely
course,
brilliant.
I think that the
Yeah.
Why do you feel so scary when you see that film? Why do you feel so scared when you see that film?
because I can't come back at home, okay? I can't enter in my bed and I can't sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I
The-
believe
Yeah.
they suggest me. I don't know.
Yeah, you've got a strong imagination. Yeah. So you have to check the wardrobe.
When I
you have
was
to check the
child,
cupboards.
I don't remember the title of the film. I saw a film that there are a lot of a little monster.
Gremlins?
Maybe. I was imagining all night that I have gremlins in my bed.
Don't feed them after midnight. Don't get them wet.
Yeah, terrible.
Well, we're going into the news, and then we'll be back with more scary movies after this.
Some more earthly news, we hope.
Avete ascoltato Radio Stella Città News.
Oh, and here we are talking ghosts, and people are pouring in with suggestions of the different films. There's another film that just been sent in. What was the name, Sylvia? Il Pagliaccio?
It il pagliaccio.
Yeah, Patrizio, thank you for that. It was called, taken from the Stephen King novel. And again, those horrible clowns. Horrible, creepy, scary clowns.
Why did they have to sort of pick these things which are so innocent and friendly and good, and then make them into these sinister, twisted things?
La scena,
the scene.
The scene when the pagliaccio stay,
the
clown stay into the marciapiede
on the pavement,
and with a ball call a child, and he eat the child.
He ate the child.
Yeah.
Oh,
you don't remember?
Yeah. What time is it anyway?
You never seen it. Yeah,
poor children. All the mothers are going to pick up their children for school at the moment. It's too scary.
Thanks to Alberto for his suggestion, The Thing. The Thing, great film. It's been remade several times.
What was The Thing anyway? Was it a blob?
No, The Thing was this. Well, in the original, in the 1950s one, it was like this blob.
Yeah. There was a film called The Blob.
Yeah, there was a film called The Blob.
Yeah.
But The Thing, it was this alien thing that sort of then takes on the form of it sort of it devours people and then takes on their form,
like
so
it can clone.
Clones that. Very creepy film.
So you just don't know who to trust. That's
you
the
don't
thing.
exactly, and it is this great, at the because in the 80s version it was set in this station in the North Pole, and at the end there's only 2 people left, and you don't know. If one person has the thing in it or not. Oh no!
A bit like the zombie, actually. I did say I'm telling a lie. I told a lie. I have seen a horror film recently. The Zombie with Brad Pitt. Zombies.
World War Z.
Well, that's it.
World War Z.
Yeah. Now that was really scary. I mean, it's 3D. And everything's jumping. I was screaming in the cinema.
There's those great scenes in it with the thousands and thousands and thousands of zombies, and they're sort of all like crawling like insects.
That's right. They're all coming at you out of the screen.
Yeah.
So anyway, I survived that.
We have Corinne.
Yeah.
That the last film that she saw was The Obsession, but she doesn't have a preferred picture because they love our scary film.
Scary films.
Okay, so she could be good friends with you then, Sean.
Yeah. Well, shall we have a scary song?
Let's have another scary song.
Shall we have a scary song?
Is it called Ghost by any chance?
No, this is called The Jezebel Spirit. And now this is from a brilliant album called My Life in the Bush of Ghosts by David Byrne from Talking Heads and Brian Eno. And it's sort of... came out in 1981. At the time, they were both very interested in African music and also found sort of footage, and so this mixes together a tape recording they found of a real life exorcism.
Oh gosh!
So this is
scary, creepy stuff.
The Jezebel Spirit.
Ooh.
hands up in your house. Okay, sister, you have a Jezebel spirit within you. You have a spirit of greed. You have a spirit of destruction.
The Jezebel spirit.
Yes.
Out, damn spirit. It's the power of Christ who commands you.
Oh, blimey. People are going home for lunch, you know.
We were just talking before about how The Exorcist really is a deeply disturbing film. And
Yes.
I think it's that mixture of religion and psychology and the supernatural that just makes it really disturbing on a whole lot of levels.
Yeah, I think there should be a government health warning for that film, actually.
Mark Kermode,
This film can seriously damage your sleep.
Mark Kermode, film critic for The Observer and film critic for BBC Radio 5, he thinks The Exorcist is the best film ever made.
Well, there you go. There's no accounting for taste, is there? Sylvia and I beg to differ.
Yeah.
We beg to differ. Don't worry. Look, she's getting worried now. She thinks she's being tested. Che c'è integrazione? No, tranquilla. I was just quoting you. We don't agree.
You're listening to Small Talk, and we are putting together the ultimate scary movie marathon. Okay, we were talking before about Dario Argento and the amazing films that he's made, like Profondo Rosso.
Yeah.
If you're, we've got the music. Like, the music is creepy enough as it is.
It's
without
terrible.
any
Jimmy, you never seen?
Without
you
any-
No,
never.
of course not. Out of principle.
It's I can live
Yeah.
about. come
Yes,
si
it
chiama?
can create.
Sottofondo.
In the background.
In the
Actually, this would
background.
be perfect music for my
Yeah.
for my ghost story
Yeah,
now.
good.
I've got a real true ghost story to tell, which is from my hometown in England, which is Bath.
Yeah.
And the name of this ghost story is The Grey Lady.
The Grey Lady.
The Grey Lady, yeah. The Grey Lady, who can be seen in the theatre, which was built in the 1700s.
Yeah.
Bath Theatre, El Teatro. This Grey Lady can be seen sitting in the box, watching the theatre productions. How would you say the box in Italian? posto nel teatro, Silvia, dove si mette l'udienza, che quando ti metti in alto.
La balconata?
Yeah, the balconata. So this ghost of the Grey Lady can be seen, and there are two different versions, two possible reasons why she's still haunting the theatre. One is that she killed herself, si è suicidata after her lover was killed in a duel. Dopo il suo amante è stato ucciso in un duello, si dice?
Duello.
Yeah.
Un duello. Allora lei si è uccisa, allora ancora può essere vista vagando nel teatro e che si mette lì a guardare le scene sul teatro. Anyway, that's one theory. The other theory is because she had unrequited love for an actor.
Okay.
Che aveva l'amore non reciprocato per un attore, allora si è uccisa. What a waste of her life,
What
eh?
a waste of life, and what a waste of a good theatre ticket.
Yeah. So, quando vieni devi dire, ma è occupato questo posto? I said, yes.
But I'll have your Maltesers.
So that's my horror story. So if you do want to go and visit the theatre in Bath, they are doing a Halloween ghost walk.
Really?
Yes, so you'll have to buy a plane ticket, go to England, go to Bath and go on the Halloween ghost walk to see the Grey Lady.
Now, ghost walks, they're quite common in the UK, and where my uncle lives in York, there are quite a number of ghost walks.
Yeah. I went to university in York,
Yeah.
and one of the most famous
Oh, you
ones.
see, they're following you around, Bath, York.
Ghosts there. They're
Yeah.
in here. What's that noise? No, in York there's a funny one because they claimed there was a whole Roman legion,
Yeah.
a ghost of Roman legion that went marching down one of the roads. Come si dice? Legion? Un legione? No.
Una legione?
No, un esercito di romani, soldati romani.
Sì, esercito di soldati romani.
Okay.
Yeah.
All ghosts that evidently walked through the streets of York.
Yeah?
Yeah, so they say.
Yeah. So that's one of the things to do. I think, if you're visiting York or Bath, is to go on a ghost walk. I think they are. You get a bit of history of the city, and there's the atmosphere as well, because those places as well are very atmospheric, and walking around those cobble streets at night is quite thrilling in itself.
Yeah, they're steeped with history, and usually the guides, the people who do these ghost work, sort of do all kinds of tricks and things to make it more fun as well. So, advisable thing to do if you're going on holiday. Just fit in a ghost walk.
Fit in a ghost walk, particularly this time of year, particularly
go and visit
autumn.
The ghosts. Go and visit the ghosts.
We've got Profondo Rosso going on in the background. It's a really interesting film. Came out last year called Barbarian Sound Studio by a director called Peter Strickland, and it is about an English sound engineer who comes to work in Italy, working on an Italian horror film, and he has to provide the sounds of
all the ghosts.
Of heads being split open and people being stabbed. And
I'm not translating that.
So he's in this recording studio, stabbing vegetables with a knife to get the sound effects for these films. It's obviously based on sort of that era in the 1970s, Dario Argento, all the Giallo films. And
what happened in the end? Che è successo?
Well, it's not a supernatural film, but it is very much it's a thriller, because the sound engineer starts to he feels very isolated. He's in Italy. He doesn't speak Italian. He's working for this company who, they can't even pay him. And he's feeling very vulnerable and isolated. And then he's, watching these horrible images all day and putting sound effects to them. And he gradually becomes more and more paranoid.
Yeah.
So very interesting film, Barbarian Sound Studio. Check it out.
We should have brought a pumpkin with us today, and then we could have smashed it up and done some sound effects.
Sophie, why you are checking the door?
Why am I checking the door?
Why? You look at the door.
Boom, 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 boom. I'm home.
The Shining.
Yeah.
We haven't mentioned The Shining. Now, you've seen The Shining recently.
I have. I have seen The Shining. Too many times, actually. But that's terrifying. It's too much. I think I could even have a heart attack with
Why?
the fear.
What is it about The Shining that makes it so terrifying,
Jack
do you
Nicholson.
think?
Jack Nicholson. It's just so scary that when she's in the bathroom and she can't get out, and he's coming through with a knife and
with the axe.
And the tension. It's just unbearable, and you think she can't get away. It's unbearable. End of the scene. When I was little, I used to sit behind the sofa with a cushion, and I still do that now.
You should, maybe
Sì.
buy a more comfortable
Io
chair.
credo che con ogni film di orrore devono fornire un cuscino non lo so, un divano, così puoi nascondere indietro. Anyway, so
Sean,
there
it's for
he
you.
is. Here's Jack Nicholson.
Su, apri la porta.
Oh no, you got to put it on in English.
Oh, it's in Italian.
Yeah.
It's in
Sorry,
Italian.
sorry.
You've got to hear him say, "Here's Johnny."
We're looking
That
at the
is-
Jack. We're looking at
the Shining now.
trailer.
That would definitely be on the list. Just running through what we've got so far. Quite a few people have been saying the Antichrist. One person wrote in and said The Godfather.
Is that a horror film?
I know, it is scary in parts.
Yeah, there
I
is that
suppose.
unpleasant horse's
it
head
is,
scene. But,
that very unpleasant.
Yeah.
Okay, The Ring, The Exorcist, Black Christmas, The House 2, The Thing, Insidious, It.
Yeah, how many more can they think of?
We've got quite a good. Oh, well, I haven't even begun on my list yet.
Okay, well that's very kind. That's very generous, isn't it? Is there a recurrent theme here in these horror stories? Anyway, the ones that we've got.
I don't know. It seems sort of quite evil clowns,
I think the moral of
hauntings.
the moral of the story is
Shapeshifters.
Don't
The
have
Shining.
a
Okay,
Shining.
who voted for The Shining? Who was that, Sylvia?
Yeah. Maybe I find it. Okay, maybe is this one?
Okay, let's try it.
We try.
This is The Shining.
Here he comes.
Here he comes through the door.
Here he comes.
Okay, Shelley Duvall is picking up the kid.
Okay,
She's
running.
looking around.
Oh.
She's running to the door. She's looking around. She's doing that really scary face that only Shelley Duvall can
And
do.
she's locking the door as fast
She's
as she
locking.
can.
She's locking the door to the bathroom.
quick,
But
quick.
Jack is hitting the door with the axe.
Open the window.
She's trying to
Open
open
the
the window.
window.
She's trying to
Quick,
open the
quick.
window, but it's all snowed in. Oh my God! There's snow all around the window. Little Danny, the kid, is looking around. He's
coming.
scared. Okay, she's pushing herself out through the window.
Tension.
It is so snowy outside. You can't see anything.
Okay, this is
Fabulous.
the stage when I close my eyes.
Wendy, I'm home.
Oh no!
Wendy, I'm home.
Fabulous.
Scary.
I think we need to lighten the mood with some music
we
now.
definitely do. I think we might get arrested for for terrifying everybody on the way home. A bit like who was it? Orson Welles with
With War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds,
War of the
yeah.
Worlds. Yes, that was a radio program that went horribly wrong.
Quick, put some music on.
Put some music on, lightening the tone. This is Haunted Jukebox by Saint Etienne.
Ghosts of an ancient song seem to hide in many places, bringing back so many faces. And I know that it's been too long, but the spirits in the air, it's like the tunes are everywhere.
From the album Words and Music by Saint Etienne from last year, and that was Haunted Jukebox.
Okay, that was nice and mellow, wasn't it?
Nice and mellow, yes.
Yeah,
We're putting together a fright fest.
Yeah, that wasn't a scary song, though, was
No, it wasn't scary. It talks about ghosts, but ghosts in the sense of remembrances and people from your past and that kind of thing.
Yeah, which I suppose is really the origin was positive, really, of Halloween, wasn't it? The Celts believed that the souls of the dead were wandering around the streets, and they left the gifts to pacify the evil spirits and ensure the good harvest the next year. Faccio una piccola introduzione. I Celtici credevano che le anime dei morti vagavano nelle strade. Allora lasciavano i doni per pacificare, come si dice? Pacificare i spiriti cattivi e assicurare che c'era buon harvest. Come si dice harvest? Raccolto l'anno seguente. Questa è stata l'origine di trick or treat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do kids go trick or treating in Civitavecchia? I know my son used to go. Trick or treat. Do Civitavecchian children go trick or treating?
Scherzetto dolcetto.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think
I don't
there is
believe
so
it.
much. Yeah, my son did go with some friends.
Did he used to get lots of sweets?
He did used to, yeah. I used to go carol singing at Christmas as well, which is not a traditional local custom, but he always managed to do anything to get some money or some sweets or biscuits or something like that. He used to go with his friends.
So you sent him out begging, basically?
Yeah. What do you got?
I want money.
Where's my money? Where's my money? Like Fagin.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I never exploited my son.
Well, I've been sort of thinking about what my favourite sort of ghost stories are, and they're scary, but they're also quite sad. I've sort of got a list here: The Others, The Devil's Backbone, The Orphanage, a lot of Spanish language films, Spanish and Mexican films, sort of dealing. They're ghost stories. They're very creepy, but they're also dealing with loss. They're dealing with grief. They're dealing with politics. A lot of them are set during the Spanish Civil War. They would be three I would definitely recommend. The Others by Alejandro Amenabar, The Devil's Backbone by Guillermo del Toro, and The Orphanage.
Also
with
2 weeks ago with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 weeks ago, maybe.
Yeah, Nicole Kidman's best film, I think. She's amazing in it.
Yeah, it was on television, was it? Yeah.
And at the heart of the film is a tragedy, and I think that as well as it being very sort of creepy and unsettling, it's also extremely sad. Yeah.
Really?
The same with The Woman in Black.
I can't remember the story for that. What happened in The Woman in Black?
The Woman in Black is about a law clerk who has to go to this house, which is set out in the marshes. It was a film it's been on stage in London for years and years and years, and they finally made it into a film with Daniel Radcliffe from Harry Potter.
Oh, okay,
last year. And again, it is about a tragedy. It's about the loss of a child and the haunting that comes from that.
We've forgotten one really scary movie, actually. Really, how could we possibly forget the great Hitchcock film? Now you mentioned The House on the Top of the Hill.
Psycho.
Yeah. Sound effect. Thank you. That was Psycho in 2 seconds.
Yeah. Psycho, that was sort of one where people were passing out when they saw it. When it came out in 1960...
No stamina.
But when it came out in 1960, it used to be... They didn't have set times for the movies. Right. That you could just kept playing the movie and you just entered when you wanted.
Oh, okay.
So you would enter if you came at like 3 o'clock and it was halfway through the film... You just sort of stay on at the end and watch the first half and then go.
Strange.
But Alfred Hitchcock wrote to the cinema managers organisation and said, you must not let people in after it starts.
Right.
And so they had to see it from the beginning to the end because, of course, there's the big twist that, the heroine is killed off in the first 15 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see the ending first,
Yeah.
though. But yeah, that was a scary. But that's interesting because I think people's immunity has raised for being scared, hasn't it? I mean, the scariness of the films now. I mean, people are pushed really to the extreme. I mean, to be able to show one of the films to people from the 60s now, they probably wouldn't. They probably wouldn't survive. Die of a heart attack.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know because I don't watch them anymore anyway. Sylvia and I, happiness in our ignorance.
Well, we're nearly finished.
Yeah.
We're through that haunted half. It seemed like a half hour. Haunted hour.
I think everybody would be glad to see the back of us, actually. Sono
Yeah.
tutti contenti che è finito il programma perché hanno rovinato l'ora di pranzo con tutte
But
queste paure.
we have a fantastic list. If you want a scary, scary movie marathon on Thursday night, we have got The Ring, The Exorcist, Black Christmas, The House 2, The Thing, Insidious, It, The Shining. I'm going to put my one in there, Don't Look Now, 1973, Nicholas Roeg.
Yeah.
That would be my scary movie
Yeah.
for Halloween.
And I think I'll just watch Mary Poppins.
Never seen. Never seen. I can't.
You have to see
Okay,
it.
you have to see that film.
You
No,
have to
no,
see
no,
it.
no, no.
Yeah,
No.
brilliant film. Brilliant
Hey.
film. Brilliant film.
You can come and watch Mary Poppins with me, Sylvia. Okay?
Mary Poppins is extremely disturbing. It is.
As Peppa Pig.
What's in the bag? Don't open
Oh,
the
I know.
bag. No.
She's like, bitch flying around everywhere. That's freaky shit. Really is.
Not the bag. Anyway, that's it. That's all from me, Sophie Bennett.
And all from me, Sean Bell. We won't be here next week because it's the 1st of November. It's the All Saints Day.
We'll be watching scary movies.
We'll be watching scary movies from the night before. We're going out with beautiful cover of the Patti Smith song Ghost Dance. This is Marianne Faithfull.
And thank you to Sylvia as well.
Thank you, Sylvia. And thanks to everyone who sent in your suggestions.
Yeah, happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Here we are, Father, here, Holy Ghost, bread of your bread, host of your host. We are the tears that fall from your eyes, what of your word, cry